Hey guys, welcome back. This is the lecture number 48 of our bootcamp series. In the last lecture, we saw how to create migration for creating a table. In this lecture, we will see to add, remove, and rename attributes for an existing table. Though we have already looked at this, but let's practice this once more. So let's try with add attributes first. So open your project folder and go to the schema.rb and come to the students table. In the students table you can see that right now we have three attributes: first name, last name, and email. And for the student perspective we need some more attributes here, so we will add date of birth, age, address, and contact to the students model. So let's generate a migration for this. Write clear here and rails g migration and add attrs to student. Okay, and in this attribute, in this migration we will add date of birth, age, contact, and address attributes. So generate the migration, and I will manually write these columns into the change method of this migration. So open the latest migration and into the change method. Now come to the add column. Okay, add column, and then first your table name, sorry, students, and then column name. So first we will add dob, and this should be date. Okay, now add column again, table name, age, and age must be integer. Okay, now add column students and add address here, and this must be in string. Okay, and then add column students, contact, and this must be string also. Okay, now if you look at the syntax here, what I have done, that I use add column students, date of birth, and its type date. Okay, then add column students age and its type integer, add column students address and its type is string, add column students contact and type its string. So what we can understand here, that this add column is a method which take three arguments. Okay, which will accept three arguments, and these arguments are: first argument will be the table name, second argument will be the type, and the second argument will be the name of the attribute, and the third argument will be the type of the attribute that you want to add in your database. Okay, so now we have added these columns. So now let's run migration. Rails db migrate. And when we run this migration, you can check in your schema that date of birth, age, address, and contact can be will be added to the students table. Okay. Now our students table have four more attributes: date of birth, age, address, and contact. So in this migration, we saw how the migration for adding attributes in existing table will work. Now we need to check how we can remove attributes from the existing table. So we will remove the age attribute here. Why? Because we already have date of birth into the students table, but we added age attribute as well. But if you have date of birth, then you don't need to write age as an attribute into the table. You don't need to store the value for age. Why? Because if you have date of birth from any model, then you can easily access age via some method. So we will not waste space into the database for this attribute, and we will remove the edit age attribute, and we will see how removing a column from database migration will work. So let's create a migration. Rails g migration, Rails g migration, remove age from students. Okay, now generate this, and this migration is generated now, and in this change method we need to call the same method as our add column method, that is remove column. Okay, remove column, students, and the column name. Okay, here only two arguments will be enough. Why? Because we are trying to remove this attribute, not trying to adding the attribute. So if you provide the type here, that's okay. If you do not provide the type here, that is also okay. So now when you run this migration, rails db migrate, and when this migration will run, it will remove age from the students. Okay, now open your schema.rb and you will see that age attribute has been removed from your database. Now age is not anymore in the students table. So this is how remove migration work. Okay, so you can also add type here as well. That will also work. That doesn't matter. Now let me roll back this migration. Rails db rollback, and now this migration will be revert, and you can see the age attribute again into the database table. Okay, we got the error here. Okay, so you can see here that this is not reversible now. Why? Because we haven't mentioned type here. So if we want to sorry, if we want to make this migration reversible, we must add type. So for removing the attribute, type is not necessary, but if you want to make your migration reversible, you must add type here, because you can clearly see the error here. Irreversible migration, remove column is not only reversible if a type is given. So now run the rails db rollback. Now when you run rails db rollback, this will again add the age attribute into the students. Okay, so what we can learn from here, that for removing columns you don't have to provide type, it is not necessary there. Okay, but if you want to make this migration reversible, then you must add type here, unless your migration will not be rollback. Why? Because when it rollbacks, when it migrated, it will simply remove the attribute, but when you roll back, then it will not know the type of the attribute, so it cannot add back to the uh, your schema table. So always remember that for removing an attribute, you can skip the type, but if you want to make it reversible, you must provide the type into the migration. So here we will provide integer. Okay, now let's run this migration again. Oh sorry, rails db migrate. When you run this migration, you will see age is removed again. Now, we will see how rename column will work. So, we will generate a migration for renaming a column. Okay. And for renaming a column, we will use DOB, because DOB, one can easily understand that DOB means date of birth, but we will make it very clear to the users by writing it actually date underscore of underscore birth. So we will write it date of birth. Okay, so now let's generate migration for it. Rails g migration, rename dob in students. Okay, now this migration has been generated, and into this migration we need to call rename attributes. Rename column, same table name, and the older attribute which you want to rename, that is dob, and the newer attributes that you want to assign to the older attributes, and it should be date of birth. Okay, now let's run your migration. Else db migrate. When you run this migration, you will see that dob is now converted to date of birth. Okay, so we saw everything here. We saw how uh, add column migration will work, or how migration for adding attributes to existing table work, how migration for removing attributes for work, and we see the difference as well. What happened when we provide type to the removable migration, or when we do not provide type to the migration for removing attributes. And we also saw the migration for renaming existing column into the table. Okay, now since we have three updated attributes in our students table, that is date of birth, address, and contact. And now if you visit at the students form, let's open a students form. New students, we still have only three attributes, that is first name, last name, and email. So now we need to update these three attributes on the form. So open, come to the views folder, and open students form. And in this students, copy this these attributes. Okay, and here you can write date of birth, and you can make it date field for date of birth. Here, let's say date of birth, and just copy this again, and write address here, and here address as well, and make it a text field for accepting address. Okay, and here again for contact, and write contact here as well, and make it text field. And now reload your students form in the browser. So when you reload this form now, you will see date of birth and address and contact attributes on the table. But now when you click submit, let's create here first name as Ravi Kashyap, and now submit the form. You will see that student will be created. Okay, but at the terminal, you will also see that unpermitted parameters, date of birth, address, and contact. Okay, it means we only added these attributes in the form, but we haven't provided permitted these attributes inside the controller. Or these three parameters are forbidden, not strong parameters. So open a students controller, students controller, and in this in students controller we need to permit these parameters as well. So here we will provide date of birth, and here we will provide contact, and we will also provide here address. Now when you refresh the page and open a new student, and you will provide some value here, let's say test@gmail.com, and some date of birth here. You can choose, let's say 10, and here contact number. And now if you submit this form, okay, you will see that student has been created successfully. And now at the terminal you can check that first name, last name, email, and the newly added attributes date of birth, address, and contact has been added to the student's form as well. Okay, and now we checked all these three attributes for migration for adding columns, migration for removing columns, and migration for renaming columns. And we permitted extra attributes to the as a strong parameter into the students controller as well. And we submitted and we added those updated attributes on the form as well. Now it's time for assignment. In this lecture I have added an assignment for you, so you need to look into this. So what is the assignment? That create a migration which will remove address from the student. So you need to generate a migration which will remove address attribute from the students table, and then you need to generate a migration which will add two attributes, that is local address and permanent student address to the students. Now you have to generate a migration, the third assignment, that you have to generate a migration in which you must rename the contact attribute to the permanent contact number, and you need to add an additional attribute that should be alternate contact number. Okay, and after adding these three migrations, the fourth assignment will be update the student form partial as well for updated attributes. Okay, so what you need to do in the fourth assignment, that first add these extra attributes on the student's form, then permit these attributes inside the controller, and after doing this, you must show the updated attributes into the student's show page and index table. Okay, so this is the assignment for you, and try to solve this at your own end first. If you succeed, that's great, and if you do not succeed, then you can find the link of that work into the description of the video, where I will add the commit of my solution there, and you can check and match your solution with my solution. So thanks for watching this video, and let's meet into the next lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.